After you set up your account on Canva.com with your Home with Flossmoor email account, it's very easy to get started. Canva is an application where you can easily create beautiful designs and documents using its drag and drop feature. It's great for beginning designers or anyone who wants to create something without actually having to create the items you're adding into your scene. When you get to Canva's homepage, as you see here, you're going to click on the link that says Poster. It will automatically open up a blank poster template that you can start on. It does give you a lot of options of templates that you can add into work from, but if you do ever use any of these, make sure you change them enough where they don't look like the original. But on the left-hand side is going to be your toolbar. You can add in photos. Notice that there's a search bar at the top of the screen where you can look for anything specific. And like I said, it's a drag and drop application. So if I like something, I can drag and drop it over. Notice that when you hover over any of these items, it tells you if it's free or not. You want to make sure that you're avoiding any of the premium options. Otherwise, when you go to publish your document at the end, it's going to ask you to pay for it. So going into elements are shapes and little icons that you can find. So if I was going to set up my template, thinking about the rule of thirds, maybe I would start with this square. I'll put it right on my rule of thirds line. Notice that you can just drag and drop and create all of these shapes. Your color palette is up in the top left-hand side. If you want to find a new color, you can go to this menu, or they do give you some here. Just make sure you're sticking to a specific color palette. I would say to try to limit yourself to 3 colors with their shades and tints if possible. Remember, shades are when you add black to a color, and white is a tint. So it gives you a wide variety of that same color by changing its value. Again, you can search for something specific here if you'd like to. Before I do that, I'm going to add one more box. And thinking about the point where you look at first on the rule of thirds, maybe I'll add in a circle. That would be a good place for my heading. Okay. So if I search mountain, notice it gives you all of these varieties of mountains, but the ones that have the little crown next to them are going to say pro. You want to make sure you're only choosing the ones that don't, that say free. So going with the kind of geometric style that I have in my design, maybe I would add in this mountain range. Maybe you went hiking over break. The next item down here is text. You can start from scratch, or there's tons of pre-made stylized text that you can add in. Again, look at the style that you've already started. Make sure that you're choosing with purpose. So let's see. With mine, I have all these very sharp geometric edges, so maybe this would be something good to start with. Everything is editable, so if I double click, I can change that. And same thing with changing the color. You can change the color of your font up here. This type of font that's there, if you don't like what they had in their template, you can change it up here. It's a lot like Microsoft Word and how it's set up. And then finally there's videos, which we're not going to be using for this specific project as we're making a 2D document. And there are backgrounds if you wanted to drag in a background at any point. When you are completely done with your design in Canva, you're going to download it, so up at the top here, and then change the option to a JPEG image so it flattens your image. This will allow you to turn it in on Google Classroom. And I'm going to hit download. Okay, and notice it does download to the bottom of my screen here, so I can go to Show in Finder, and here is my design ready to be turned in on Google Classroom.